about it first. Boy, mommy, oh, hey, hey, aligi dan dan do, di dan dan. Hey, hey, oh boy, as a calypso, the true voice of the people, to lead you on the right path, I'm responsible. The decisions you make not only decides your fate, but is an entire country. It could make or break. The Lord power be invested in you from the day that you were born. We are king and queens, we have control, not to be used as any pawn. That God-given gift so we can know what is right from what is wrong. And in everything that we do, always in for positive outcome. Look before you lead, cause what you sow you reap. Look before you end up in a big heap of look before you leave. For curiosity take a peep. Look before you end up drowned in the deep. What I'm trying to tell you, don't jump unless you're sure about it. Don't jump, don't act like you're mad. It might be too dangerous. Think about it first. Once you leave the rock, and not turning back. No, no, try to avoid disaster. Oh, yo, yo. Don't let selfishness and greed be your hindrance. This will surely block your way once given a chance. And all the strides you have made to progress that will fade. And all the goals that you set out for suddenly is all great. Be a leader and don't just follow. Or you could end up following clowns. Or you could be like birds that should be soaring, but somehow can get off the ground. With every step that you'll be taking, make sure you take a long hard look. And one thing to always remember, the cover can't help you judge the book. Look before you leave, cause what you sow you reap. Look before you end up in a pile of look before you leave. For curiosity take a peek. Look before you end up drowned in the deep. What I'm trying to tell you, don't jump unless you're sure about it. Don't jump, don't act like you're mad. It might be too dangerous. Think about it first. Once you leave the rock, and not turning back. No, no, think about it, my brother. Don't invest in anything you don't know about. And don't take chances if you are ever in doubt. You must thoroughly investigate. You can afford to make no mistake, cause by the time you realize it's already late. You're shooting at what you can see, or looking for needles in the dark. Are you in a hurry going somewhere, but the horse is behind the cart? I saw people who thought by all means they made all the right decisions. Now they're living with so much regrets. They jump from the pot to the frying pan. Look before you leave, cause what you sow you reap. Look before you end up in a pile of look before you leave. For curiosity take a peep. Look before you end up drowned in the deep. What I'm trying to tell you, don't jump unless you're sure about it. Don't jump, don't act like you're bad. It might be too dangerous. Think about it first. Once you leave the rock, and not turning back. No, no, try to avoid disaster. No, 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 my brother, don't go, no, no. After everything now, at the end of the day, you are the one who have the final say. So whether it's jobs or relationships or even elections. The mandate is always there resting in your hands. Man to venture if it's looking blurry. You don't know what's behind close cutting. You know what you had for the past years, but you don't know what's coming in. You don't want to see that the outcome is something that you always feared. Avoid self-disgust when it's over and the smoke is already cleared. Look before you leave, cause what you sow you reap. Look before you end up in a pile of shh. Look before you leave. For curiosity, take a peek. Look before you end up drowning in the deep. What I'm trying to tell you, don't jump unless you're sure about it. Don't jump, don't act like you're mad. Don't jump, it might be too dangerous. Think about it first. Don't jump, once you leave the rock, don't jump, ain't no turning back. No, no, let us avoid disaster.
For there is a wind of change, it blowing through the Spice Island.
And to the people, Mr. PM, don't play with the Canadian people, cause the wind is turning around. And so, like all you did, only plan how to win. And after that, all you can do are thing. People balling, they can't eat a meal. So what? It's like all you're deaf and can't hear that still. Still waiting for one project to take off. Like it's going as them hope them could start. But prepare yourself and bang your belly, cause the wind turn around heading back for we. So I said the wind of change is blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change is blowing back where you came from. Hear the people out on the street. We want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country balling is sick. We want kids, we want kids. So they need a doctor to come fix it. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young men out on the block. Man, they say they're tired of the old talk. Listen to them, every day is blah, 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 blah. Left alone, and they can't see action to back it up. Oh, Lord, woo! I say be careful, the wind turning around. Be careful. Woo! PM like the whole country on a halt. Like your cabinet brain locked in a vault. It looks so. Teachers pondering on what they go do. The pushing program, or you cut that too. Oh, people, sir. 600 million as they say you have. Why you still living for people to start? No talk about corruption anymore. Don't fool on yourself, cause the people know. They know, they know. So I said the wind of change is blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change is blowing back where you came from. Hear the people out on the street. We want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. All you know, all you lie and cheat. We want kids, we want kids. But say that kids are son of a whole. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young ladies in the town. Listen to them. And they say they're tired of run around. Listen to them. Still waiting for some good to come. Wait it, they waiting still. Them and their children born in the sun. Oh Lord, God. Be careful, sir. Don't play with the Canadian people. The wind turn around. Woo. Open your eyes, sir. Listen, sir. We healthcare system, well, that's in array. No medication, so them nurses say. Be careful, sir. Unemployment, well, that gone up sky high. Too high, too high. CCC coming back, that was a lie. Big lie, big lie. Plenty people now, they living like back. Friend to see a meet a man when he pass. They say they can't wait for another year. Keep playing your deaf and all you can't hear. Listen, but I said the wind of change is blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change is blowing back where you came from. Hear the people out on the street. We want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country drowning in play. We take again. We want cheat, we want cheat. Hey, the young people them at home. Me granny, they say right now they feel so alone. Don't leave them outside. They thought that I was coming to them.
What happened to the pension?
But it's like they end up with more problems, more problems, problems.
The NDC administration failed in the first term, and they're begging for another one. Sing for them, sing for them. They boy in the wrong way. Mash up NDC. They boy in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They boy in the wrong way. The leader don't listen. They boy in the wrong way. So they divided into. They lie for the people. So many things they promise they go do. They say $700 not enough money. They go give 1,000 to them money. Soon as they get in power, the money program over. They boy in the wrong way. Want some NDC. They boy in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They boy in the wrong way. They say the leader don't listen. They boy in the wrong way. So they divided into. And here they say that they love the culture. The worst carnival we had in Grenada. 4 years now and things ain't getting better. And they keep pointing finger at one another. Carnival come and carnival go. Problems to pay price money, you know. They boy in the wrong way. Mash up NDC. They boy in the wrong way. Cannot run the country. They boy in the wrong way. They say the leader don't listen. They boy in the wrong way. So they divided into. They boy in the wrong way. In fighting for soul. They boy in the wrong way. Remind us of the rebel. They boy in the wrong way. Behaving too ignorant. They boy in the wrong way. And they suspend parliament. Unemployment very high in this country. NDC send back the CCC. Teachers and nurses ain't getting salary. No proper medical facilities. Crime is on the rise, you know. Young people killing more than before. Yellow. They boy in the wrong way. Want some NDC. They boy in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They boy in the wrong way. They say the leader don't listen. They boy in the wrong way. So they divided into. They used to talk about corruption. That was only an illusion. The money they receive on their bank account. Explain it to us, they shut up their mouth. They stop this school feeding program like this government don't give a damn. Sing this song. They boy in the wrong way. Mash up NDC. They boy in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They boy in the wrong way. They say the leader too harden. They boy in the wrong way. So they divided into. They boy in the wrong way. Change you want and change you get. They boy in the wrong way. And do nothing for St. Patrick's yet. They boy in the wrong way. Some people hungry. They boy in the wrong Uncle way. Tilly don't want Venezuelan money. They boy in the wrong way. All what they say about Dr. Keith. They boy in the wrong way. You get a salary on time and food to eat. They boy in the wrong way. Jericho must be turning in the grave. They boy in the wrong way. Telling the wind of strength to be clean. They boy. Good night. Peace and scholar could tell you. They boy in the wrong way.
Let me say a special good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
So when you're voting, use your brain. Don't make that mistake and ball again. NDC people say.
Yeah, folks, our first message tonight, make sure that you are registered. Nice.
Yellow.
Saying a special good night to all listeners via 91.9, 91.5. Yes, indeed, Real FM. A special good night to all listeners via 94.5. Is 94.5? Yeah, 94.5. Out there in Brooklyn, We Noise Radio. Sometimes you just have to remind them, you know.
The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on.
Yes, indeed.
The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. Take a good look around. The house solid and the pillars strong.
Yeah, just have to give the reminder, you know.
We moving on.
Up the volume a little bit, you know.
Solid and the pillar strong. Don't stop the progress. Take a good look around. 95 we rule this country. The new national party. Dr. Kit administration show plenty progress in my land. Opportunity for the young people. The money program and skills training too. We taking Grenada to a higher level. Concession farmers getting people between me and you. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop it. National Stadium. Don't stop it. Fish market in town. Don't stop it. The bus terminal. Don't stop it. Cruise ships and all. Don't stop it. General Hospital. Don't stop it. Nurses schools that town. Don't stop it. Depot expansion. Don't stop it. Repair of police station. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress.
And folks, it's already 11 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock.
Don't stop it.
I may have to steal a couple minutes of your time at the end tonight. As you know, it is raining, not cats and dogs, and right now outside there is a horse and donkey that are raining outside.
Working hand in hand, did what we had to do to rebuild our nation. Now we getting praises.
You find you're not seeing the rain in the background though. I ain't find a way to put that in yet.
I say don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop it. Airport expansion. Don't stop.
But it is a rainy night on the Spice Isle of Grenada.
All around. Don't stop. Road from country.
Let me say a special good night to the children. Good night to you, Zoe. Good night to you, Zayla. Good night to you, Exalia.
We ain't finished.
Yo, bedtime, eh? Yeah, already, yeah. Just now, bedtime. Nice. School in the morning, yeah? Rain falling is not an excuse not to go to school, eh?
Don't stop it. Don't stop it. Don't stop it. Don't stop it.
Saying a special good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube. And yes, indeed, we will have Sister Isles joining with us this week. I haven't settled on the day yet. But for those of you who are listening in Carriacou, we will be joined by Sister Isles during this week.
Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress.
As I did say before, there will be changes to the program come the new year. You'll see some changes being instituted in short order, and there will be other changes instituted come the new year. So good evening to you, Carl Jones, Phyllis Mitchell, Faithlyn Halley Douglas, Wilfred Antoine, Jacinta Livingston. Good night to each and every one of you. Kathleen Ledlow, Sherma Jeremiah, Baby Daddy, good night. Gemma Warwood, good night to you. Hermina Batiste, Veronica Lois, Gavin Thomas, Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, good night. Janice Mitchell, Deborah Laborde, Mayana Julian, Marlon Panchu, Cynthia, good night. Good Life, Maud Martin, Anna Lewis, Sky, Matthew Bowen, Listra Abraham, Jen, Cindy Thomas, Agnes Henry, Jerome Kenneth Lewis, Bernie Ramsey, Clive Raymond, Denise Fabio, Adrian Watts, good night to you and your lovely wife. Vanessa Lalji, Marlon Ferguson, good night. Ann Andrews, Carib Spice, good night to you. Desiree Joseph, Lona Lolo Williams, good night, Lolo. Velma Pascal, good night. Kester Victor, good night to you, bro. Jackie Raymond, Angie, good night. Gianna Marine, Agatha Batiste, Sunny Isle. Well, Sunny Isle tonight was Rainy Island, so I don't know what we're saying for tonight. Hilary Joseph, Jenna Benjamin, Eliza Bernard, Jenny Samuel, Ron Julian, Kim Creedland, Alcy Peters, Erlyn Moraine, Dolores Redhead, Goswell Macmillan, good night to you out there in beautiful Canada. Kelvin Alexis, Jacket Man. Well, I see you reach up, brother. I see you reach up, yeah? Yeah, man. Strength, brother. Lydia Isaac, Pastor Casimir Thomas, good night to you and your wife, the entire home circle. Shanron Thomas, Dominique Antoine, good night. Ron Julian, good night to you. Lydia Isaac, Savage Gold Queen, good night. Jacinta Alves Harrow, good night to you. Dolores Redhead, Raphael B.J. Williams, Michelle Alexander, Maria Noel, Kathleen Knights, Yolan Pariag. Let me see. Oh boy, yeah, Maria Noel, Beavis John. I'm just reading something Savage Gold Queen saying there. Your comment on Dr. Keith should refrain from going on GBN radio. To the point, that is what they want. You have to continue going back to give them headache. Yeah, we all work it out, man. Maria Noel, Beavis John, Michelle Alexander, Errol Bonaparte. And let me see who's over on the Facebook. First one, yes, Charmaine Ragba Singh, Lynn Joseph, Ann Jackson, Teresa Collimore, Walan Akwat, good night, bro. Brenda Phillip, Norman Noel, Red Girl Pascal, Bernadette Joseph, good night. Kenrick Gibbs, hey, what going on, bro? Yeah, Brenda Phillip, good night to you. Yeah, more Gala again. Cassie Levine, good night to you. And let me see who else is there. Cicely Celestine, Mavis Mitchell, Gillian Prescott, good night to you. And Andrews, let me see, yeah, there's quite a few of you. I'm missing some in between there. Remember to like and share. Winnie Simon, good night to you. Valma McIntosh, Velma, good night to you. Yeah, remember to like and share the live. All right, like and share the live. And remember, if you're not yet subscribed to the YouTube page, ensure that you get yourself subscribed. Folks, the phone lines are open. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. You can call us directly, or you can also call us on WhatsApp. Nice. And we have the overseas line 347-329-3101 for those of you in North America, whether you're like Patricia and Matthew and Ian out there in Canada. Matthew, you know how to call you out separate brethren. Yeah, how to call you. Patty, don't ignore her, but Matthew's my boy. Matthew, nice, right. So good night to all of you, right? So you can call whether you're in North America or you're in Canada, you're in North Carolina, South Carolina, you're over in Houston, Texas, you're over there. The others who are listening out there in San Francisco and California, yeah, so you can call. So we have the overseas line. And let me see, Nadine, Jason, and Shirley out there in England. I know 3 of you are listening to Talking Points tonight. Good night, Zach William. You're out there in St. Lucia. Where there, father? You're there in Grosele? You're down in Dennery? Where is you? You're in Soubise? You're in Soufre, not Soubise, Soufre. You're out in Soufre. Which part of St. Lucia you're there, papa? 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get into tonight's program. And folks, I continue to say I'm still waiting to see what is going to come up. I'm waiting for the announcement, first of all, of Budget Day. I think they kind of stick in. They're afraid to announce Budget Day. Yeah, I find they kind of sticking to announce Budget Day. Maybe they're waiting for the Prime Minister to be on island so that they can announce the Budget Day, or maybe they're going to have a parliament sitting anytime from now. And, you're in McCood North. You're up by my good friend Alan Chasney. All right, nice. Was that McCood North or McCood South? I think that is, I think Chasney is McCood South, right? Yeah, I don't think it's North.
Right thing to do. Keep moving. Together me and you. Keep moving. We voted NNP. Grenada standing strong.
I think you not by Chas, you by Auntie what's her name? Yeah, Gail. You were up by Gail side. Nice.
We voting green. We voting green. We voting green. We voting NNP again. Standing is not an option for us. Can't afford to backpedal and reverse.
And we have our first call online. Good night.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon. How are everything?
Quite fine, but for some reason you're coming across extremely low, my brother. You're nearly a whisper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good night.
All right. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Brother Sheldon, thank God for the rain. Because we get some sun for a long time, but thank God for the rain. And God said He will never give us more than what we could carry. Brother Sheldon, there are 15 constituencies in Grenada. Alright? So NDC name one outside, which is in the diaspora. And Brother Sheldon, what we are seeing in Grenada, the NDC government forget the 15 constituency in Grenada, and they only focusing on the 16 one, which is in the diaspora. And look, I will list some of the things that they're doing to the 15 constituency in Grenada. take away the low income housing unit from the poor people in the other 15 constituency and give it to the friends in the diaspora. One, take away the $150 from the poor people who are receiving the $350 and $450 from the seed money. Three, the faith-based worker who work so hard with the nation's students during the COVID period in keeping the student and keeping the student properly sanitized, and up to now, they ain't received 1 cent from the hard work that they did. Three, the cost of living going up every day, and the government doing nothing to cushion the high cost of living. But actually, I wonder if the high blood pressure and cost of living fighting to compete against one another to see who will win the race. Right? Who will win the race? But actually, when you look at the government is stealing from the poor people in the other 15 constituency to go and have big gala with a friend in the diaspora. So, Grenadians, open your eyes. You see who they care about? The big friends. The big friends in the diaspora, big gala party. Spend about million upon dollars on gala party. While they're taking away the money from the poor people of Great Caribbean People Mat to traveling to go have gala. And when they go, whenever the government go, and minister go, they ain't come back nothing. If they come back with anything, it's for themselves, it's for themselves. But actually, I want to get people to see, even the blind, might be, those who share sighted, open eyes, and you will have a shared vision and see what is going on in the country. What the government is doing is not right, and is not right, and is not benefiting this government when you treat people so. But I always say there comes a time, the same people you treat so, you want to get back to them. And Ghanaian people, you have a voice. Speak out in a respectful way, and let your voice be heard worldwide about the situation you are going through in Greater Caribbean People Mat. But I shall have a blessed night.
All right, thank you. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. And I saw some interesting releases coming out from government. So as I told you, they are in the rush right now to see how much things they can get done or get started. Because a lot of these things, they definitely, in all honesty, will not be able to complete them before they have to read the 2024 budget. I don't know if they're going to wait for the 2024 budget and read it next year, but we're looking forward to it being this month or at least early December. Now, I saw one release coming out today from the Ministry of Agriculture, and it reads, you'll always have to excuse me tonight because the normal system that I have, it's down, so I'm using an alternative. The Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives announces the commencement of its land tenure regularization program. It is the aim of the government via this program to provide land titles, deeds of ownership, to citizens who have been continuously occupying government crown lands for residential purposes for more than 10 years, and those who have been granted crown lands and who may have paid or are currently paying for such lands over a period of years without being granted a pathway to ownership. Therefore, residents of River Road in St. George's and Badia in St. David's who currently occupy crown lands are hereby given important notice that representatives from the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Fisheries and Cooperatives will be paying these areas a visit to acquire the information essential for successful initiation of the regularization program. As a result, the ministry seeks the complete cooperation of crown land occupiers in submitting the relevant information to ministry authorities. After gathering the necessary information, a surveyor would survey the lots in order to draft the conveyances. The ministry will notify residents in these areas once work is completed in River Road and Badia. So, those of you in River Road, who are illegally occupying state lands, the intent, as the government is stating here, is to give you those lands. If you have been living on them for 10 years or more, their intent is to give you those lands. But you find it strange that they kind of focusing on River Road, Tonga St. George. I mean, you have a lot of other areas. In the south, you have up on Guankai Hill, you have all those areas there. You have a lot of people in all areas of the south. Montu, for instance, there are a lot of people, they don't hold deed and title to the land there. Granans Valley, you have that situation there as well. You have many other areas where you have significant numbers of people that don't hold deed and title to the land, they're just living there. But you find it strange that the first area they're focusing on is Tonga St. George. Yeah? Or you find that kind of strange that is where they're looking to focus. But Dia in St. David's, well, I could understand why they're going there, but Tonga St. George, River Road, yeah? Doesn't that tell you? Because there's always a political element to what they're doing. Let me tell you something that this government is doing, huh? They keep saying, and their elements keep meeting me on the streets and saying this one thing. Because they're trying to convince themselves. They can't convince me of that. But they are trying to reassure themselves. They keep saying NNP ain't going back and these kind of things. That's what they keep repeating when they see you on the streets. And then they keep saying that kind of campaigning, all you're using ain't working again. Is new campaigning we're using now. Because you know what they're doing? They are utilizing artificial intelligence. When we exposed the fact that they were writing their speeches using artificial intelligence, in other words, they didn't have somebody sitting down and write a speech. They were entering elements of that in ChatGPT, get a speech written, and then just take out little parts here, there, and so on until they ended up speaking a lot of nonsense because ChatGPT is artificial intelligence, is not a human being. Certain elements that ought not to be there ended up in speeches that were read by the Prime Minister and others. Yeah? When we showed you how easy it can be done here on this program and we exposed that that is what they were doing, they've changed how they operate in relation to that. They still use ChatGPT and so on, but they've changed a lot in how they're doing these things. Now, when it comes to some of the things that they are doing, they're not basing these things on speaking with the average man out there and finding out what is the situation with him. They are basing it on what they pick up, using the algorithms that they are using in their artificial intelligence bits and pieces of software and apps. Remember, they have a gentleman, I believe he is from the Northwest constituency but was based in Canada, that was here just before the election. He's here now. Yeah, you're making a money, partner, Mr. Pierre. I hear you're making a load of money, partner. Yeah. But they are basing what they're doing not on how you feel, but how they want you to feel. And they are doing things to create certain beliefs, certain feelings in Grenadians. Yeah? So I'm not saying it's a bad thing to give, if people get in land. It was the New National Party give a set of people land in Carriacou and then the NDC came in and take it back, It was the NNP gave people houses in Carriacou and the NDC came and take it back. These are two different things for those of you that don't know. So I'm glad to see that people would be receiving land and so on. When I'll go to the surveying part, I'll get about all of that. But it is a good thing that they are doing by making sure that people have ownership of the lands. I'm just sort of interested in why they're focusing on those specific areas first. Yeah, it sort of makes me raise an eyebrow as to why they're focusing on that specific area. Yeah, are you afraid the MP in that area? Are you afraid? Yeah, so are you focusing on that area because are you think if you do something like that, you all may be able to break the back of the NNP in the Tonga St. George. Yeah, good luck on that one. 4407377. Then tomorrow I see that they have a press conference. Well, let me not say press conference, but I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up. There seems to be a engagement with the media tomorrow by the Ministry of Health. Yeah, there seems to be an engagement by the Ministry of Health tomorrow. Yeah, Lako. Yeah, he's going to be giving, they're going to be speaking on achievements, department reports, programs, plans and expectations for 2024 and beyond. So that's taking place tomorrow at the Houses of Parliament. Yeah, so I'm interested in seeing that special national health update. But I'll tell you something, that makes me feel. That makes me feel like somebody is becoming afraid of their tenure in a particular ministry. Because you are a couple weeks away from having the opportunity to make this exact report in the parliament of the country. The same parliament building that they're going to do it at tomorrow. They are just a few weeks away. So you're going to report now and then come back to report in parliament in a few weeks. It makes me believe that somebody might be kind of skeptical that they might be in parliament at that time to make that report. Or even if they're in parliament, they may not be in that ministry to make that report. So they're scrambling right now to try and make a report. Well, here are some of the things we want to hear in that health report. We would like to hear what is the level of COVID-19 in Grenada right now, the number of deaths per month for at least the last 4 to 5 months, because these information have not been sent out to the general public. We want to know the prevalence of things like, for instance, there has been an outbreak of chicken pox within the past few weeks. There's been an outbreak of chicken pox. You haven't heard anything from the Ministry of Health about that. There are several people that had chicken pox that I know of, right? So we want to hear if there is a serious outbreak of chicken pox, and therefore what should people do? Your children going to school and so on, what should you do? Get back the sanitizers, that sort of thing. That's what we want to know. Yes, some of the things that if you're coming and report on health, tell us about disease prevalence and so on. Is there an outbreak of serious STIs in Grenada? Yes, sexually transmitted diseases in Grenada at this point in time. And if so, which ones? Right? Give people information. But the Ministry of Health is not doing that at this point in time. Everything is quiet, silence. So a caller calls the other night. They speak of the situation in Laborie where the clinic has been closed. And someone messaged me after. They said, well, Sheldon, it's due to the fact that there's no nurse there and that sort of thing. Yeah? So we want to know if indeed the clinic, I'm not saying that the caller who called or the people who messaged me after are not speaking the truth. As far as I know, they are speaking the truth. But we want to know why. So we want the ministry, don't think you're coming there and just come and speak down to us and say, well, we do this and we do that and we're going to talk about the scanner. No, the scanner was, the foundation gave that before, during the NNP time, that was set up everything there. You came in as minister, that was there already. So that is not an achievement of you. It's an achievement of the ministry, but not of the leadership of the ministry. Yeah? The challenges that people are still facing when it comes to medication, when they go to the health facilities around the island. Yeah? What is being done to mitigate that? Remember, this is the same minister that came to us before the carnival sometime in June or July and said that that problem has been solved, that we no longer have a problem when it comes to medication, that the OECS PPS has been paid, the pharmaceutical fund, the OECS pharmaceutical fund has been paid, and now you're going to be getting, and gave the impression that Grenada wasn't paying before, when Grenada, which was an outright lie, because Grenada, your country, under the New National Party, had the best record in payments to the OECS pharmaceutical fund. Yeah? And now they said, well, yes, they made the payment to the OECS pharmaceutical fund, and then it came to, they started blaming other countries for not making their payments on time so that the general purchases can't be made and so on. But still, you have the situations where people are at the health facilities and basic medications, their families are being called. So you have a family member that's at the general hospital here in St. George, and then you have family members being called out of St. Patrick and St. John, yeah, to come down and buy the medication. You have the same situation. People had to come out from St. Andrew. to come down and St. David to come down and buy medication. Yeah, basic medication, things that usually are available at the general hospital. So I hope when he's reporting, he's going to be reporting on all these things. Yeah, the situation with nurses, that you have people going to the Maribor Hospital and being told that we only taking care accident and emergency here. So somebody that has a strange stomach pain or a strange chest pain, that is not accident and that is not emergency. As far as they're concerned, visit your local clinic if you can't, or go to a private doctor, or find yourself down to St. George's. Yeah? The situation with the doctors and nurses. I'm telling you what some of the things I want to really hear tomorrow. What is the situation with doctors and nurses in relation to their payments? You have doctors who have reached out to me who have not been paid for 3 months. You have nurses who are not, and they're quiet, Some of them shame, some of them afraid to talk. But that is the situation. You have nurses, people in the healthcare system that have not been paid for 2 and 3 months. And some of them, when they do get the pay, they get it, but they ain't get the full amount for the 2 or 3 months. They get like 1 month. But you know what I say when I mean month, because it's bi-monthly now. So they are not getting what they're supposed to get in a timely manner, which is affecting them when they have loans in the credit unions and the banks and other financial institutions and so on. So I would really like to hear. And then some of them, they don't even know who to talk to, because they talk to this one, that one say talk to that one, that one say talk to that one, and they're being sent in a circle. So really and truly, those are some of the things that we want to hear. When you're speaking about healthcare and so on, those are some of the things that we would like to hear from them tomorrow. Yeah? Tell us about those things. Is there... And why tomorrow? Why this sudden rush for the Ministry of Health to come out and speak to the Grenadian people now? When people are complaining about no medication and they go and they couldn't get gauze, and 100-year-old people and so on can't even get the wound dress and so on because the community health service that was supposed to be taking place was not reaching out to them. When you had those situations taking place, the ministry wasn't coming out and say anything. Yeah? And again, I'm not blaming the staff at the ministry. Don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming the civil servants. I'm not blaming the administration. I'm not blaming those in administration. When I say administration, I'm speaking about those who are managing the Ministry of Health. I'm not blaming them, I'm blaming those who telling them that they can't go out and say anything and they can't go out and talk and blocking information from going out. Yeah? So if you're coming out and talk tomorrow, those are some of the things that we want to hear about. Those are some of the things we want to know about. We want to know what is being done to correct the situation at the Maribor Health Facility. That's what we want to know. You can tell us about the teaching hospital. Yeah, we know you're you're building teaching hospital. So you say, no problem. You're building teaching hospital. Take how much $1 million, buy the property already. We'd like to know who are the lawyers, the law firm that dealing with that. Right? We love to know that, but we know we ain't going to hear that in a hurry. So, in the interim, yes, we know you're doing teaching hospital and all of that, but people getting sick and going to health facilities now, and if they go in Laborie, it's not, well, it's there, but there's nobody there. And then when they go to Maribor, unless they started coming back today, but when you go to Maribor, there's a problem. There's a definite problem, and it's speaking about big parish. You're speaking about one of the most populated places on the island, and from time to time you have this situation. So what achievements you're coming and talk about? Really and truly, what achievements they're coming and talk about? What have they achieved except making healthcare worse? You had nurses going on strike. You had Mr. Brian Grimes had to come out and say to the Grenadian people that healthcare has gotten worse. And this is the same person that was heaping praises on the government. And he had to come out and say, no, healthcare is getting worse. The healthcare workers had to go and protest. You saw them protesting in St. David and so on. They had to come out and protest. Because things in the system are getting worse. So we're coming and report on, we're coming and tell us, the Grenadian people, or is it a situation that no one might be able to ask a question. I don't think I see a media invite come out to that. I'm on the media list. I don't think I see is there a media invite? Inviting? Are we invited? Let me see if it came out later on. I don't want to be saying untrue. Let me see. Yes, there is now. Yeah, there's a media invite. Nice. The media is invited to cover the event. I hope the media is invited to ask questions as well. Yeah? I really hope the media is invited to ask questions as well. Because the management team will be there and so on. Yeah, don't just tell us about the achievements. Tell us about some of the problems that you're having and how you intend to fix those problems. Because all of us, no matter how rich somebody might believe they are, if something happens to you, they're going to rush you to the main medical facility on the island. That's where they're going to rush you. Yeah? So at the end of the day, we all at some time have to utilize the medical facility that's there. Tell us about the dental chair that Kendra Maturin Stewart organized for the people at Petit Martinique, but no dentist in visiting up there. So you have the elderly in Petit Martinique who cannot take the boat ride from Petit Martinique to go down to Carriacou, or even worse, to come down to Grenada. Their body start to get frail. They can't take that boat ride. For those of you that know, the boat ride is not an easy one. So they can't take that boat ride. So usually what would happen is you would have a dentist visiting Petit Martinique on specific dates to go and do whatever extractions and fillings and cleanings and so on that are necessary. So you have big dental chair. Big thing, we have dental chair in Petit Martinique. Yeah, it's big thing. Yeah, nice dental chair. But where's the dentist? It's like you have a car park up outside. You can't drive and the car have no gas in it. But the car there, you can't drive it. You don't have a license. You don't know how to drive. You don't have a license and the car have no gas. But it's a nice car. It park up outside. People, oh, look at a nice car. So, whoa, look at a nice dental chair. Where's the dentist? Where's the person with the requisite skills to be able to utilize the dental chair? And this is not a question from me. This is a question that came from some of the people of Petit Martinique itself. Where have we gotten when it comes to healthcare in Carriacou and the ability to test, to do blood samples? Because that was the direction the Ministry of Health was heading under the new National Party in Carriacou. So that some of the blood tests and so on, because what was happening, and I don't know if it's still taking place now, was that they had to send the blood down, the blood and urine and other things, they had to send it down to Grenada to be tested. Yeah? So the move was to ensure that those could be tested in Carriacou. Because it had times that samples came down and went back up on the boat because nobody didn't come to collect it or so on. And in between, they rushed doing other things. And the samples went back up, which means they were spoiled. So you had to call back in people, take samples again to bring it down again. So what took place in those situations, the then new National Party government was in the process of ensuring that they set up the proper labs in Carriacou so that those things could be tested in Carriacou. Yeah, that persons who had to have an X-ray and ultrasound done, that you would be able to do those things in Carriacou instead of somebody with a broken bone then having to be bundled onto a plane and sent down to Grenada, or on a boat and sent down to Grenada. Yeah? I hope we're going to hear, if you're coming and report. I know you're taking notes and you're writing your speech now. But if you're reporting, report. Give us the full thing. All right? 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Mr. and Mrs. Mr. Hudson Macfield, Mrs. Maureen Macfield, a special good night to both of you. Mr. and Mrs. Crookshank, good night. Mr. Martin McDonald and your lovely wife, good night to you as well. Well, again, I keep asking myself because it's sort of out of line of natural. Around this time, if you have to go on a public forum, you go on the public forum, you say what you have to say there, you do what you have to do there. But you're coming up to the budget presentation. So outside of the minister who will answer and respond in relation to healthcare during the House of Representatives, Lako have the opportunity down at the Senate to give this same. So I'm trying to understand if it's Freddie going and lose his job. He about to lose his job. It looked like he going and lose his job. So he going and try and look like he was doing a lot of things. Something ain't right to that one. That's just my view, eh? If the AC start back working in the new section again, there because no only had a problem with the AC there. So that working now, that okay, yeah, just making sure. Antonito, good night to you, bro.
If they feel that they could cross a
Camille Teresa Scott, good night to you. I know with that rain what going on with you. Eh? I know with that rain what going on with you.
Now workers want to please employers and their bosses by victimizing their neighbor because today their party is in power. But they know what they do is wrong, and it's weighing their conscience down, because all men know that no man knows the hour. Man, but be not afraid.
Yeah, folks, I wanted to play some clips tonight, but as I said, my normal system is down. So I'm unable to do so tonight.
Want to persist him, enslave himself to a man just like him. But be not afraid.
And I will be wrapping at roughly 9:45 tonight. You'll have to finish slightly earlier tonight due to circumstances way beyond my control.
Comes to a bend, so through the evil works of evil men found.
And remember, next week, Tuesday, 1 week from today, we officially mark 1 year of Talking Points on air. And you know, someone is asking, what's the use of these gala functions? What's the use? And let me tell you what's the use. Some people throughout the Caribbean, over the years, there are some people who try to win an election, and there are some people who try to buy an election. It's happened in many countries around the Caribbean. You've heard accusations in Grenada. That's joke to what I have seen for myself in some countries very near to here. Some people try to win an election. Some people try to buy an election. The gala is fundraising. So you think about it and you tell me what the gala is about.
The deeds are known. Their hate, their division, the anger, the poverty they have sown.
Because all of these galas, our Prime Minister is taking the time and he's heading to these various functions, be they in the US or the UK and so on. He's heading to these gala functions and so on. I think he's, while he was due to be back, I think next week, Friday, I think he has to extend the time that he's out because I see him featured in speaking at a regional, not a regional event, but a political event regionally. And yes, I am taking calls. Someone is asking me if I'm taking calls. Yes, I am. So you can call, yeah. So, yeah, I am taking calls. So, He's attending these galas, but these galas are of absolutely no benefit to the state of Grenada. They are only of benefit to him and his rank and file members. That's the people who are benefiting from this. Yeah, and not even the NDC who is out there and those who are making the profiles and coming and cost you online, them ain't making any money. Them, they fighting up for the NDC, they saying all kind of nasty thing, they're attacking you. They come in and try and distract your program on a nightly basis. And then when you ban them or you move them, they want to be more upset than you. They want to be there. They want to have the opportunity to be there to distract you or to distract your listeners and so on. And when you remove them, they're upset. But you think they're gaining anything? They're not gaining anything. But they're defending. Meanwhile, you have other people who gaining a lot. Yeah? Because we could ask questions, you know. There are questions we can ask. Let me ask this question. We know that they have over $7 million for independence for this section, because as I continue saying, the money that they have got right now, that money is up to December the 31st, yeah? the last day of the year, right? That money is not into 2024, as far as I know. Right? That means that when the budget is passed, you have to see a line item there in relation to how much they've budgeted for independence celebrations for the year 2024. There must be a line item inside there. Nice. Who are some of the people that are really benefiting from this? Who is doing the decorations? Are the people who are doing the decorations, yeah, contracted or subcontracted? And are these people, either the contractor or the subcontractor, are they directly connected to somebody sitting down in cabinet who have a company? You have to ask these questions because I hear stories. So is it a case where there is someone sitting in the cabinet, not necessarily that individual may be a minister, you know. That person could be a cabinet secretary, you never know. But if they have a company and that company does decorations, it might be interesting to find out if that company, between the 23rd of June and now, has been hired by the government of Grenada, if that company has earned any money from the government of Grenada, and if so, when you look at the integrity legislation, if that matches up. Yeah? Because there's something inside there about when you own a company and you're working with government and that company doing business with government, especially when you are a senior person within the public service, yeah? So maybe you have to ask yourself those kind of questions. You have to ask yourself the other questions about if there are advisors who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars over various endeavors of the government. Yeah? If they've got companies that are being paid by the government of Grenada, outside of them having other portfolios and so on as advisor and probably as diplomats and so on, and chairman of board and different things like that. Outside of them having all these roles, do they have companies that are earning hundreds of thousands of dollars from the government of Grenada during the independence celebrations? Yeah? Because I ain't seen nothing being put out for bidding and so on, you know. I ain't seen anything being put out there for tendering and so on and saying, well, the government of Grenada looking for people to provide this service for the independence celebration. I ain't seen that. But you're seeing things being done and you're hearing talk. So we have to ask ourselves those questions. What is taking place there? Yeah, we have to ask ourselves those questions. As I said, 44073, it's been a quiet night thus far. 4407377.
Ooh, yeah. I am stuck between a rock and a hard place in this modern time. God gave us a gift, we burn and we cranium, still He gave us a mind. Think about positive endeavors to make we life rise up. But some people that I know thinking so low, they brain living in the dust because they would see.
And folks, it's St. Patrick West, New National Party Women's Arm. They're having a barbecue luncheon that's going to be taking place And let me see, Friday the 17th of November.
It is so hard.
And it's going to be happening right at the party office, yeah? So they have fish, pork, and chicken. So that's going to be taking place at the party office on Glebe Street, Sauterne, St. Patrick. And I'll give you the numbers for the tickets in a short while. I think we have a call online. Good night. Hello.
Good night, Sheldon. What's
Hey,
up?
I'm fine, man. You go right ahead. You're live.
Well, Sheldon, to talk the honest truth, I don't know what to say about this health system. This health system, it don't feel already.
So the health system ain't healthy.
Well, you can't call it healthy. Right now, it's skeletons, what Because, to tell the honest truth, the way things are going on in Grenada right now, Sheldon, you can't say that this person could provide this health care, or they could try and help the community, to see who's sick, who need this, who need that. There isn't that going on anymore. Because back then, they used to have like a health fairs going on. They used to come in the schools, and they used to what is it called? They used to give this liquid to make sure children are brushing their teeth. They're giving them the mouthwash, making sure they eat right and everything. I hardly seen these things and them going on these days. And right now, the health system right now, including the hospital, trust me, the system is failing. And the NDC administration is not doing anything about it. Because if any one of the ministers and them gets sick, is it directly in the hospital to come, or are they going to hop on a flight and get out and go to some other country for their health care? I'm really and truly trying to understand, because we, as the Isle of Spice, we supposed to be better than this. We supposed to have our health system number one, just as how we have our cocoa number one in the world. But I guess we got to go and take cocoa and use it as medication for ourselves, if that is the way things going. Because every minute they're putting up something about, they're doing this, they're having this. They come out with some meeting in cabinet and they're about, the health system is gone up, it's not going down. And I don't find right now they're hiding a lot. And talking on the shoot about Lacret, there was, I think, a video that way he was going around in different health sectors, and he was checking up on them and them, but making sure that the place have certain medications, that the nurses are doing okay, if they have any stress level, if they I don't find like I'm seeing that at all. Trust me, I don't find so. I don't know what they're doing with the money. I don't know if they're really and truly looking to help all the Grenadian people, or they're looking to help all themselves.
You see, let me tell you this, the whole strategy in relation to healthcare is we go build a teaching hospital, because they need a big project. They're not basing building a teaching hospital. They're not basing that on any specific strategy of how we're going to move the Grenadian people from position A to position B. That, okay, for instance, that we have a high number of people with high blood pressure and diabetes, and we are going to institute a program, but part of it is that we're going to provide a teaching hospital that's going to do this. Their whole strategy is, we're doing a teaching hospital. What's the overall plan and strategy? Where are they going with this? You understand? It's just we're doing a teaching hospital because they want to be able to say, well, vote for us again because we have to build the hospital. That's the sort of thing.
When the hospital build, what they're doing with it, the hospital is just going to stay there and just have cobweb. What they're doing with it?
Well, you see, if you're doing something like that, go ahead.
I was up in the hospital yesterday, okay? Because I had a little incident and I was up there. And I saw they have some young nurses that they're teaching. And I watching how some of these nurses and them, they're trying to teach. And I was like, but I don't think these nurses and them ready. because the way they're teaching them, these nurses and them look like they're clueless. Because yes, they have on their suit, yes, they playing the role, but I don't find like they're really serious about what's going on. Some of them is just walking around, things are to be done, you have something else to go ahead, but some of them just skylacking. Some of them just do for the look, some of them just do for the show.
Let me tell you this, remember, these people are working under severe stress. They work. I'm not making excuses for the nurses, but remember, they're working under severe stress. Imagine you won to the amount of patients that really 3 or 4 nurses supposed to be handling, and you one have to deal with all of that. And then when you're ready to go home, you're being told that this person can't make it or that person can't make it. You had to hang on.
And that shouldn't be. That should not. And too many times we're hearing that, and they think about it. When they hire people for work, the person says, yes, I want to work. And when they get a work, it's like they don't even interested in the work. The money. But
and remember something too.
Interested in the work.
My friend, as you mentioned the money, remember something as well. The additional little kakada that they got on their salary, next month is the last for that, eh? Unless they're going to extend it. No, it's for 1 year.
Yes, sir.
It's for 1 year, so it's supposed to expire at the end of next month. So I don't know if they're going to extend it. Let me talk on behalf of the nurses and them. All you extend the thing for the nurses and increase it. Yeah, we're talking for the nurses and them.
I find they should have that going right through.
Yeah, don't make it a kind of one-off thing with a sunset. Lead the thing there.
This one-time thing? No, I don't find so. This thing supposed to be right through. In Talala.
Mm-hmm. They need to leave it on.
But the only focusing in is that they themselves look good. That's what the NDC administration is trying to do. They're trying to make themselves look good. They're trying to brainwash the citizens of Grenada. They're not even making them understand that this is a criteria that's going on. All they're just doing is making sure that they look good. Serious note, I don't find anybody in Grenada looking good right now, because right now I find I walking around and I seen a lot of people looking like them want to fall along for themselves. You understand? Because everybody had to be working 4 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet, just to buy medication, because medication prices gone up. Sometimes you go in the dispensary to go and get medication. Now we don't have. You had to go in you had to go in that pharmacy. When you this is the price for it. Antibiotics gone up. You can't even afford it. You just had to stay without it. You had to keep on staying sick until you can get the money to get it. And trust me, the way things are going right now, everybody is going to fall. And it's like the NDC administration is like they're not willing to help people rise.
Well, my brother, let us say up. So we're going to talk about up in a little while.
because look at you just say about the independence coming up. Yes, $7 million, and for surety, you're not buying about one set of people only getting this contract. And if you have people in MP that have businesses and they had a friend doing this and money still coming back to them, this is a regular thing that you're seeing, because every year is only one set of people over and over and over and over and over. And they doesn't put out that bid saying, okay, well, who's going to come and do this and who come to do this? Let's bid on it. Or who willing to come and work and do this? No, they don't have it like that. No, they call their people and they just give them like that.
There are serious conflicts of interest taking place with this present administration. Serious conflicts of interest. Yeah? Serious conflicts of interest.
So you say they are scared, or maybe one man is going to lose his job. You don't know. It could be true, you know. I find something kind of fishy with them, you know. Right now, everybody kind of shaking like a leaf. Maybe the Grenadian people don't say they want another election quick to get them out. I really actually don't know. I mean, something is not right. A lot of things not adding up. And when you watch how they behaving and how they moving and what they're saying, and every time when a budget coming around, that when they always look at do this kind of nonsense.
Under the new National Party, when budget coming up, a minister just putting together all the stuff that they do. They're not rushing to try and do something. You're putting together all that you do already for the year because you know you're able to say that, look, we did this, we did that, we did the other. You're able to put together everything that you was doing. Yeah? But now is a case where they're rushing to do something to say that I do something. I'm hearing. I'm just hearing now that I'm now hearing from sources inside that nursing management wants nurses to do laundry in the hospital. No, but that is not nurses. Nurses don't do laundry. That is where you have domestic staff.
They just have people for that.
Yeah. And they're trying to force the nurses to, you're trying to force the nurses to do it. You know what's going to happen is the nurses just going to take whatever opportunity come outside of Grenada and go. They're not going to stick here and take that.
Happen.
That's the first time I've ever heard that kind of thing.
On a serious note, is that, how should I put this, Sheldon? On a serious note, is that back then, it used to have the group of people for this specific job. So if you have the kitchen cook, if you have the people that are doing laundry, if you have the people that doing the catering, everything, you have these people for that. Nursing doing the nursing, doctors doing the doctoring, okay? The ambulance drivers doing the ambulance driving.
Just not about tell doctors that are sweet.
This person have to be doing this work and that work, and you're paying them only this little bit of money. No, that don't work out. And nursing know how to go and do laundry. So hold on. After they're done with the patient, they have to go and take a bag of clothes, go and wash it, come back, stress out themselves again with that patient.
But joke they make you that.
Hang out the clothes. No, that don't work out.
Boss, joke they make you that.
Cannot work out.
Joke they make you with that one. You take them nurses and them bother with them and that joke they make you with that one. Anyway, my brother, we go talk again. Thank you so very much for your call. Hey?
Enjoy the night.
All right, thanks.
Enjoy the night.
4407377. That's 4407377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. Yeah, I hear they walking around when he's saying up. Yeah, up in truth. Yeah, water bill, up. Light bill, up. Yeah, up. When you go to the groceries, yeah, the price of food, up. Yeah, up in truth. Yeah, people go into the hospital and they reach there and then your blood pressure going up. Yeah, right now what the bus drivers want? They want to put the price up. Yeah, because the price of gas going up. So go around saying up. We understand why you have to say up in truth. We have a caller online. Good night.
Good night, Sheldon. Good night, Talking Points.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's up because the mines are piloting. You're always up, so I expect.
Well, that's the thing. They're on plane, so they up.
Why are we surprised? Sheldon, I've been listening and reading a couple of things lately. I have three of them to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you because I cannot don't say that. That event that they had, the launching of the 50th Independence celebration, is that a national event or an event they put on just to commemorate the 50 years?
No, it's supposed to be a national event.
It's a national event, so that means they have it every year?
No. You only have your 50th anniversary every.
Well, right. That is making a joke. That. But they're making it much ado about nothing because of the opposition leader wasn't there, whatever. No, you can't force somebody for going to a function if they're not up to it or not. That is neither there or here. Leave it alone. Secondly, this land that they're talking about, they want to identify people that is basically squatting on Crown lands. I always say again, Grenadians listen and see what this government is doing. What they are doing with that, in my view, I could be wrong, but in my view, they want to identify people that is on squatting lands, and basically what they're saying, they will survey the land and give you a valuation for you to go and pay for the land. Now, when you can't pay for the land, what will you think will happen to you, Sheldon?
Bye.
That is the same thing. That is the same thing with what they're doing with the so-called low-income houses. That is what they're doing. When you can't pay for it, they give you all the they make you feel good. You get a paper when you go to the to the bank or the credit union, you can't meet the requirements.
Antonito.
All these things, yeah.
Stick a pin right there. So you see what you've just said. I wasn't thinking along that line, but I had an interaction with someone today that kind of makes me believe that what you just said, I wasn't thinking that way. That what they're doing is that when these people now have their papers for the land, they have to pay land tax. As it is right now, squatting, they have to pay no land tax. But they're going to have to pay land tax. Because, you know, those people who applied for the cess loans, I know many people applied for the cess loan, right? So you had to go and register your business. You know, those people receive documents to pay the tax, right?
Yes.
And you know, some of them receive documents to pay tax for a non-existent business because they didn't get the loan, so they weren't able to start the business, but they still get the tax notice to pay the taxes. So it falls in line with what you're saying, because what they've done is, remember, a lot of these people, even if some people had a little small business, it wasn't registered. But in order to get the cess loan, you had to go and register and come with your registration and so. Now they're using that information to tax all these people. So you're on the right track when you say now, by getting all these people regularized, they are now increasing the tax base by bringing more people into the tax base that are going to have to pay land tax. So yeah, I wasn't thinking along that line, but you're correct.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't sit down. Now, you see, we had to sit down and think critically, because I would call away the program and talk about 150. That ship done sail and sank alongside that.
No, I'm talking about it still. I'm talking about it still.
You understand? That got me more that, because we know them people thinking, right? I mean, when you check it out, just sit back in your bed, Grenadians. Even if you vote for NDC, you all just sit back and think about what these men doing, and tell me if these men thinking normal, right? Come January the 1st, when Minister ate the folk on wall, Minister of Finance decided to come for the Grenadians solely for not paying taxes and not taking advantage because they can't get money to pay the back taxes that they have. And he said to take properties. Then y'all go see the true draconianism of this government. And that way y'all go see the true colors of these people in them. They come in and they come in harshly. You see Brother Andy in Ghana play going around and taking picture of everybody. And he even want to play doctor, and I hear Andy talking on news. You want to reach out to the victims that was on the bus, the people that was in the bus accident. I mean, why are they trying so hard? Why? You know, and lastly, Sheldon, they're calling for us to unify and come together, and it's all about Grenada, and we're going up. I listen to people calling Grenadians clowns when we were going to our national independence celebration in the stadium for dressing up yellow and gold and red and what have you. They call us clowns in it. I remember an NDC section when they come on Park when there was a national celebration in the stadium. How these people want to tell me, Sheldon, to come together and have unification with them. Them think my memory small. No, it's not. What I'm seeing happen now with this NDC is grifting, loyalism, nepotism, cronyism, all the isms. Let it continue. It could only last us only 4 years, 4.5 years, 5 years.
Careful with them ism. The ism is a schism, eh?
Anyway, folks, have a good night.
All right, bro. Well, that's an interesting one, because I know I was speaking to someone today, and they've had that, and one or two other people who applied for the cess grant. Now, they applied for the cess grant, and part of the process was that you had to go have your business registered. Now, many people may have a small business. You may have a barber shop. You may have a hairdressing place. So let's see, you're looking nice and thing. Yeah. Linda again. Right, nice. Yeah. But you may have your hairdressing place or your barber shop or so, but you may not have it as a registered business. They're asking people to come and register your business in order to get the cess loan. That's what they were doing. Now, all those people start receiving their tax notices. Yeah, the tax man come in for what you want. So it makes me believe and kind of follow on to what Antonito was just saying in relation to regularizing these people. Because, yeah, when they're regularized, if you regularize, let's say, 4,000 households around Grenada. Let's say 4,000. Let's use that figure. 4,000 households you regularize around Grenada. That's 4,000 households now having to pay land tax. So you're widening the tax base by getting more people into paying taxes. Just like they've widened it already with the people who have the small businesses, and now they've been notified, yeah, you had to pay tax and so on, right? Some of them, as I said, the business not even operating because they did not receive the loan. They didn't receive it. They didn't get the loan from CES. They didn't get it. But yet still they've been notified you had to pay tax. So they have to go and write in now and say, well, look, the business is not operating. You know, I didn't get the loan. The business not operating. Well, you expect me to pay from a non-existent business. You know, some people may have just gone and tried to pay something or whatever. But no, it's a non-existent business. You're not supposed to pay anything. All right? And then if it's earning under a certain amount, and my accountant tell me, yeah, when you're paying under a certain amount, when you're earning under a certain amount, you don't have to pay. Yeah? But again, up and up and up. Increase the amount of money that is coming in to your tax base. Right? So expand the tax base. And when I say expand the tax base, you mean you include more people into paying. Right? So we have to look out for that in other areas. So it's not simply just giving the people the land. And then, you know, even in situations like this, there's always the good luck at dealing with the boundary issues between some people, because some people saying this, and that is this, and it was government owned in the first place. So good luck dealing with that one. 440-7377. The phone lines are open. 440-7377. Yeah, that's actually a very interesting one. A very, very interesting one.
Mine is poor, so I say poor mine will gossip.
And folks, just remember, right now, all the playing fields are under the National Sports Council. Yeah, all the playing fields, and so they're under the National Sports Council. But then we don't really have a national. There's a secretariat, I believe. But do we really have a National Sports Council? No, but let's see how that operates. And they can't come and say that it's a simplistic reading of the legislation, because then they're calling some very senior legal persons here in Grenada and outside of Grenada simplistic in their interpretation of what is in that act.
Life is how you make it.
Section 17 is very clear. It's a criminal offense to enter or utilize. So just entering without the permission of the National Sports Council is an offense. Utilizing without the permission of the National Sports Council is an offense. Yeah? You can see some of them trying to push that it's a simplistic reading. You don't understand it? You don't understand it? We've got a call online. Good night.
Shell Scott, good night.
Good night to you, Camille.
Yeah, they are holding, you know, they lie down.
I know with that rain what's going on with you.
Yeah, my foot burning me like pepper.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, gosh.
And they say good night to Patty and Matthew. Mr. Watson, his family, good night. I hope everybody's all right. My friend in Canada, everybody. Sheldon, I'm listening to you about the nurses at the wash. There is a laundromat. I work with the Ministry of Health for a few years in the government laundry. I don't believe there are enough of them at the wash.
No, a nurse is telling me that they're trying to force them now to do laundry.
They have a laundromat in the Queen's Park. I worked there for years during the Revolution time. They always bring the laundry from the hospital. There, to one, the hospital clothes, the people in the mental home, and in the home, the poor people home in Monjalo of the poor housing, we just call it. They have the laundry in the Queen's Park.
Well, I had a friend working there.
The laundry there to wash.
I had a friend working there, so I know that
so
exists.
I don't know how they're saying they want nurses to wash.
And where? And where would they want them to wash it to? Are they going to do it at a facility?
That's not true. No, I don't believe that.
Well, a nurse that's telling me that,
I worked in a laundromat for a lot of years, washing clothes, the sheets and everything. We always do the first batch they bring is like the theater clothes. We wash that first. And iron. That's why you see us suffering with the flames, you know. Because we used to have to be on the steamer. They are the laundry in the park. So, you know, we have to do a full investigation to find out.
Yeah, we need to investigate that one.
Yeah.
Yes, Cammy. I will investigate that one.
I worked there for years under the Revolution time. You know? So I don't know. Anyhow, y'all have a good night. My friend in Marigot, good night. Good night to you, darling. And everybody who's listening, you know. And you all keep the faith. Don't let these people make all the pressure go up and all you get stroke and fall down. What are them people, let them do what they have to do. God is in charge, you know. These people say what we want. I know King Jesus is in charge. When he's ready to work, you go do what you have to do for Grenada. Keep the faith, keep praying. Don't get think about these people. Leave these people, let it fly. Let it fly, you know, man.
Up.
Anyhow, have a good night to everybody.
All right, Gabby. They said no going around saying
have a good night to everybody.
All right, thank you.
I don't hear you what you say, no?
Oh,
all right, darling. Good night.
All right, my dear. Oh, boy. Yes, indeed. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number to call and get. Oh, so I'm seeing here that some clothing is washed on the hospital compound. And apparently that is what they're trying to get nurses involved in. Not the clothes generally that's sent down to the laundry, but there are some clothes that are washed on the hospital compound, and that is what they're trying to get the nurses to wash. I never hear about that kind of thing yet. You have specific people for specific jobs. Yeah? So you already have a shortage of nurses, and that is the way you're going to utilize the few that you have? Nah, something definitely wrong with that one, man. Yeah, something definitely wrong with that one. So you have a shortage of nurses and you're going to try to utilize the shortage of nurses, some of the nurses that you do have. Yeah? Man, no. That is madness. Yeah? That is absolute madness. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That is the number. And folks, just remember, sort out your tax thing by the end of the year.
Sometimes it's good, but it's not the ultimate solution to the problems that we face in taxation. Okay, there are those of us who believe that we can always, fox the bill, put it that way, and not pay the tax. And then governments after governments have not moved ahead to basically enforce the law. For some of us who don't understand that, government can sell your property. Those properties that you probably say that you're going to hold it for your kids on the road because you're trying to avoid paying tax because you have kids, and many kids. Now, everybody who has kids has a responsibility to take care of his or her children. I have no problem with that. I also want to warn that those out there who are touting the idea that let us promote the Robin Hood policy or philosophy by saying that you're taking from the rich, or the poor, to give to the rich, that you have to be very careful with that statement, because that adds to the fact that people are becoming more and more non-compliant. And I want to sound this warning. As Minister of Finance, if I ever had the opportunity after this amnesty is over, and there are people out there who has not taken advantage of this thing, I'd have no mercy into enforcing the law as it is and so on. I thank you. And there are people out there who has not taken advantage of this thing, I'd have no mercy into enforcing the law as it is and so on. It is over. And there are people out there who has not taken advantage of this thing, I'd have no mercy into enforcing the law as it is and so on. I thank you.
All right, so they're not going to have any mercy. Just remember that. Just remember, they will be having no mercy. Right? So I hope all you're checking on Andy, because remember, the place, I think is what? If he pay a look at 500,000, he could clear himself. You understand? Yeah, he could nice up thing. I know. Yeah, he could pay a look at 500,000, and that go nice up. Nice? So because when you're saying that to the Grenadian people, just remember, you're also speaking to at least one and possibly more individuals sitting in your cabinet, right? Yeah, sitting right next to you in the cabinet room and that kind of thing there. Yeah, some of them does wear kind of them Indian suit because they're playing Indian now, so they wear Nehru suit and all kind of thing. Yeah, them. You're talking to them as well. 440 440-7377. That's 440-7377. Remember, that's the number for you to get onto the inside.
All who thinking like that, tell them I say their brain will become extinct. Academically go forth into the world. Your brain, it has no limit. You could be a master of anything.
So what I'm hearing is that when it comes to the nurses washing, there is a facility at the General Hospital for doing laundry. And nurses are being requested to assist with that, to do the laundry there. Now, they're speaking here about things like theater clothing and so within certain departments and so on. It is upsetting the nurses. Remember, you already have nurses leaving in droves. Yes, some of them just gone. Some of them even bothering to write. They just jump the plane, they're gone. Yes, some of them, they take the vacation, they're gone, they don't come back. Yeah, others may just write in and say, well, I demit from today, whatever. Both within the police force and within the nursing fraternity and so on, we're seeing these kind of things happening. So it is concerning. And then when you hear things like this now, it just makes things even worse. So I hope the minister tell us about that one too. Explain that one to us. Explain how nurses end up now doing laundry too, yeah?
It's about qualified foreigners coming and working in your country. So I tell you, it is important to excel academically. Don't settle for CXC alone, get a university.
Yeah, up, man, yeah.
Your parents spend so much money some of them borrow for you to get education to live.
We've got a call online. Good night. Hello, good night. Okay, we lost that caller. 440-7377. Folks, when you do call, remember to pay attention to the phone lines. If you're listening to the radio, or you're listening to your computer, or your mobile or tablet or so on, you may not get the opportunity to actually speak with us.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night.
Mr. Scott, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm quite fine. How are you doing?
I'm okay, love.
All right.
I'm a regular listener.
Well, thank you.
And a true NNP.
All right, my dear.
Right to me bones.
Thank you.
This Mr. was just talking, Mr. Canwell. Tell him go and sleep. Let me tell you something. I've been to the hospital, number one. Long I want to call in. I've been to the hospital last week. As if the guy spoke a while ago. There is nothing. When I tell you nothing, I had to do some tests. Right now I have 5 papers in my hand here to go and do it private. Plus the medication, I can't even get it. It costs hundreds of dollars. Nothing in the hospital. Nothing. I had to get 2 injections. I have to go down to the hospital and buy it. Bring it up so the doctor could give me in my legs, in my feet and them. You understand? I have a problem with my feet. And number one, I'm saying it loud and clear. I don't give a shit about nobody. Excuse my language. I pray that I want to ask a question that if the government right now is not doing good at all, they cannot have a by-election, Mr. Scott?
Technically, no. A by-election only comes about when a seat becomes vacant. You would have a by-election in a particular constituency if that seat becomes vacant for whatever reason. Okay. Yeah? Okay. But if you mean an early election, elections can be called at any point in time. But the power resides with the Prime Minister to ask the Governor General to dissolve Parliament.
Okay. Now we need to do something. Either we need to go there. A lot of things happening. I've seen a lot of it. For instance, look, the Prime Minister traveling. Why don't take any members and them? Drive around all over St. Patrick, go in the little corners and all different. See the people suffering, you know, mister. Including myself, you know. Things really, really tight. That is supposed to do. Take all your minister, go in the different villages, start from St. George, this is the way, drive before you ride in plane, you're doing this, you're doing that. You don't helping the people. You say you go help people, you don't helping people. All they're doing is helping themselves. You understand? And that is totally wrong.
Yeah, it is.
Totally
you see,
wrong.
they're giving the impression that everything has improved in the healthcare service.
Nothing.
But even the medications, there are medications that people have spoken to me, like people have medications to control their blood sugar or their blood pressure or different conditions they have. And they will tell you that what they were paying for that, the 7th of November 2022, and what they're paying by the 7th of November 2023 is a whole difference. You have medication that were like 60 and 70, that's now 120 and going. You have other medication that was down at 30 something that now up to 80 something dollars and that sort of thing.
True.
You know, so people, that's the up and up and up they're talking about. The price of the medication, the price of food stuff, the price of utilities, up and up and up.
If you go to the health center and like for your blood pressure and your sugar and whatever to control, sometimes you don't even get your go and buy it and it's way up. Way up.
Yeah.
So I don't know about, I can't wait. Please, I can't wait for Dr. Mitchell to return.
Well, what you need to make sure is that you're registered. Anybody else that you know that needs to be registered, make sure that they get registered. Contact your local rep in the area there and get them registered.
I am
already. And keep them informed.
Mr. Scott, I am ready.
All right, my dear.
Have a good night.
Same to you.
Okay, love.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah. Thank you. 440-7377. That's a 440-7377. And 347-329-3101. Yeah, up and up and up. Yeah, because they're in plane and that is up. So it's up and up and up. When they go on the plane, up, up, up. They're gone. Yeah, that's the up, up, up they're talking about. I think it's something else I was talking about. No, that's the up, up, up. Check the amount in the bank account. It up, up, up. That's what they're talking about. Their friend's bank account. Who getting all the contract and subcontract. Yeah? And putting other people in front to subcontract for their companies. Yeah? So indirectly, they're making the money, but indirectly and giving somebody a cut on the side. Yeah. All of those kind of things is what's going on. So when they're talking about up, 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 they're talking about the money in the bank account. So each time they sign in and they check the bank account, the money going up, up, up. So they're running around up, up, up. Everything is up, up, up. Yeah, up, up, up in truth. We have a caller online. Good night. Yes, ma'am.
I call back just to, I know a lot of Grenadians listen to that program. But I had to plead my cause to tell some of the people that buy things from me and who credit me little stuff. Right now I'm suffering it, and I need, if they're listening tonight, or you come and give me little money and to pay me water bill. Months. You all take me little things. Come and pay me little money so I could pay me water bill and me light bill, please. I don't call in all your name, but if anyone of you all tonight listening, please come and give me little money. Or send all your children or your husband or your man and give me little money. Because what the lady speak about there with the medication, I had to buy milk ointment, and it's a lot of money, and the gas is a lot of money, and I need some people that have milk money for me months. I'm talking about a month, 2 months, more than 2 months. I do come and give me milk money, please. You understand? Because I was good to you all to give all them stuff, and I had to be suffering to get me money, please. And Sheldon, the next thing, Grenadians like to see trouble. A lot of us like to see trouble. You understand? Don't surprise. These people go back and vote NDC. Don't surprise. You know why I tell you that? I sit in the parliament every day in the terminal, and you hear in a speech. A lot of Grenadians like to see trouble. You hear? A lot of them like to see, they like to see trouble. Do not surprise. If they call the election today, some of them go back and vote for NDC. I'm telling you, Mr. Deacon Mitchell and the government could do what they want with me. I don't care right now. Right about now, I don't care what they do to me, Camille TV just come. You understand? About me belly. But a lot of people will go and vote for them. All the trouble they see, all what they're balling and saying, they're going back and vote for them. So they like to see trouble. Have a good night.
All right, my dear. Kathy Pope, good night to you. Good night to you, Kathy Albert, as well. Hope that you all are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Up, up, up. Yeah, man. Right, yeah. They say they want to send a certain man to prison. Up. I hope all you're reading the laws in relation to the Integrity in Public Life Act. Because somehow all you might end up going up. All right? Careful what you wish for people. Because you might just end up, You understand when you're digging grave, dig two? Yeah, one for me, one for you. Yeah, one scoop for me, one scoop for you. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, 440-7377. But no, it's I'm saying it's not in a comical way, but it's a very, very, very serious issue when it comes to. We know what's going on with food stuff, but when it comes to medication, and in particular specific medications that people are using to treat different conditions, to avoid those conditions getting worse and becoming life-threatening, and you have medications in some instances that they were paying like $30-something, $40-something for, and now it's up at $80-something, $90-something, heading for $100. What is being done to level that off? And in some instances, we're not talking the name brand here, because when you're talking medication, you have the name brand ones, which are the more expensive ones, and then you may have the more generic stuff. Does basically the same thing. Some people just believe the name brand one works better. And again, don't blame the pharmacists. Don't blame the pharmacists. The pharmacists have to bring it in. They have to pay a cost to bring it in, and they must make a little profit, small as it is, on the item itself, right? But they also have to pay their taxes, right? Because they want, at the end of the day, you hear anybody come and tell them things like, let me see, the pharmacists and them, they have to pay the taxes otherwise.
As Minister of Finance, if I ever had the opportunity after this amnesty is over, and there are people out there who has not taken advantage of this thing, I'd have no mercy into enforcing the laws it is and so on.
Yes, so them pharmacists don't want to end up in problem with that, so they have to make sure they do what they have to do. All right? 440-73. So, don't vex with them pharmacists and them. 440-7377. That's the number for you to get on to the inside of tonight's program. Folks, remember to like and share the program. Like and share. Right? So, those folks who have to go by Cami, yes, give Cami a check out. And while you're there, we have Talking Points t-shirts there. You could get your Talking Points t-shirts by Cami, right? You could also contact me. Feel free to WhatsApp me, right, on 440-7377. You can WhatsApp me there, and we go organize. And if you are in the US and you need to get your Talking Points t-shirts, WhatsApp me. I'm going to tell you who to contact out there so that you could get your Talking Points t-shirts out there. Right? We have to organize for Canada, Nurse, we had to organize for Canada. We had to do something for Canada. People in Canada. We can't leave the people in Canada without their Talking Points t-shirts. So we had to organize something for the people in Canada too. Folks, 440-7377. That's the number for you to call. 347-329-3101 for those of you out there in North America. Gertrude, good night. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. And that is, Gertrude, I know you were one of the persons that happened to, because you have that situation. People are receiving their thing, they had to pay tax, and they didn't get the loan from CES, but they're still receiving documents saying that you have to pay this and you have to pay that. We've got a call online. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hi, good night.
First time caller.
Okay, thank you.
This is Mr. Sylvester from Laura, the B.
Okay. All right.
I will be listening attentively.
Yes, sir.
And I will be hearing some statement, some things mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. I heard a gentleman say tonight he having no mercy. Who is he and where he come from?
No mercy, sir.
I never hear. What are these men and them? And these men and them representing people? Come on, man. Have a good night. Thank you. I'll call again.
All right, brother. Oh, gosh. My people in Laura. Laura, Beaton. Let me see my areas up there. Laugh him. Yes, folks, 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. Yeah, they're having no mercy. They will have no mercy. Yeah, but just I hope when they ain't having no mercy, they do it across the board. Not because somebody is sitting in cabinet. In fact, you have to make an example out of the person that's sitting in cabinet next to you if they don't make use of the opportunity. And if they are given any special privilege, that special privilege has to be given to each and every other Grenadian in the same or a similar situation. Yeah? And we're not just talking about the quantum of what has to be paid, but the mere fact that they are owing. Yeah? Every Grenadian has to be given the same sort of thing. And oh yeah, Kathy's reminding me, we need someone who is willing to get the Zoom for us paid. And there's also another type of software that we are trying to get for the program, because as I said, come January, there are certain changes that we want to make, certain things that we want to do. So any one of you that are willing to assist with that in relation to getting a paid Zoom, because the other Zoom sometimes, we can't use it the way that we want to. So we want to get a Zoom paid version. We want to make sure we get that. And there's also another software. I would speak to you directly about it. If you WhatsApp me on the WhatsApp number, WhatsApp me on it. If you call, you won't get me when I leave studio. But if you WhatsApp me, you will get me after I've left the studio. All right? 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. So those two things that we're trying to get. As I said, we're changing around certain aspects of how we're doing the program in the new year. We are improving. Yeah, we're trying to make some improvements. I have been listening to the suggestions that are being made. Those of you that WhatsApp me, those of you that I meet on the street and you make your little suggestions of special things that you want to see on the program on a weekly basis. Some changes you want to see on a nightly basis. Some changes you want to see on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. I have been listening, and we are trying to take some of those things on board. Yeah, but we will need your assistance to do that. So those of you that can, we're looking for assistance so that we can have the Zoom, and there's another software that I would message. Well, I see somebody who's already messaging me here. I could message you and tell you about the other software. Yeah, I could talk to you about that one. But in whichever ways you can help. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Yes, indeed. So, folks, yeah. So they're broadening the tax base, because that's one of the ways that you can increase the amount of money that you bring in as a government by getting more people to pay taxes. So people who didn't used to pay taxes before, you bring them in to the fold so that now they pay taxes. So let's see, how many people you all think really squatting on Crown land? And the problem I have with this, the only problem I have with this, is that we have been hearing, while on the campaign trail, we heard them speaking about land use reform. That people just putting up anything anywhere. So you're ending up with party places in the middle of a community, so that when they're having party and so people can't sleep and these different kind of things. So you were hearing about land use reform, that we're going to reform this thing and they're going to change up different things like that. Right. So while we've been hearing that on one end, now we're hearing about we're just going to be giving out. Is this going to be across the board, and is this going to be for everyone who is living on state lands over 10 years? Because there are places I'm seeing that people have started putting houses in different areas, and so that if you ask me, I would have relocated those people. I would not have left them there. I definitely would not break the house and put them, just tell them find a place to stay, but I would relocate them. Here I go giving advice again. But anyway, I'd relocate them, and that area, we'd use it for some sort of development to the benefit of Grenada. But is it a case that they're just going to be giving everybody that's been living on state land over 10 years the property? So the person happy now, they had the papers in their hand. Yes, they could do this, they could do that, but they had to pay the taxes. So you're now into the tax base, and the amount of money that they're making out of that area, you're increasing it, because you bring 4,000 people in, you bring 10,000 people in. Who know how many people are squatting right now? But you're bringing all those people onto the roll right now, and those people will have to pay on a yearly basis. So let's see how that works. 440-7377, 440-7377.
Ooh, yeah. I am stuck between a rock and a hard place in this modern time. God gave us a gift, we burn and we cranium, still He gave us a mind. Think about positive endeavors to make we life rise up. But some people that I know thinking so low, they brain living in the dust because they would see it on the name of a brother with malice intention, when instead they could be uplifting a sister for life progression. It is so hard now when a man turn a big man and still didn't grow. But the reason they procrastinate and gossip is because their mind is poor. So I say, poor mind will gossip.
Good night to you, Sherma. Don't worry, I'll make sure that when I'm passing through town tomorrow, I make a pass by.
That they could never be.
So good night to you, Sherma. Good night to your mom as well. In fact, the whole home circle. Good night to all of you.
But wouldn't mind speak about ideas. A great mind speaks philosophy. The mind is such a spiritual.
Yeah, folks. So we do need assistance to get that software and so.
And for sure, my friends, you are.
It's contrary to what certain people talking about. Oh, they're getting $30,000 to run thing. That is joke. They mad.
So be honorable. But when you sit in a state of idleness and making your mind simple, now all you should know, your mind is the center of your universe.
I want them say it again, you know, because there are certain things to play. I want them say it again.
In all different sizes, and in your head it was placed to uplift and elevate those around me.
So folks, as I did say, I would have to leave a little early. So in the next 3 minutes, I may have to wrap in the next 3 minutes. I didn't even realize the time. Don't worry, I'll make it back up to you. Although I owe only a half hour already. I'm keeping note. I owe a half hour, I know.
They could never be ordinary mind. Speak about events and personalities.
But I'll take another 3 minutes. I could take a quick call.
Mind speaks philosophy.
So I'm very interested tomorrow to hear what our Honorable Minister of Health has to say in relation to the healthcare situation in Grenada and what the quote-unquote achievements of that ministry has been. You've heard directly, not just from me, but from callers to this program and callers to other program, of some of what they have been going through. Not what they hear other people have been going through, but what they have been going through when it comes to healthcare in Grenada. Yeah, they're having to purchase what nurses are going through right now, what doctors are going through, because there's some serious... Listen, doctors not talking, but there's a serious situation taking place with doctors, you know. Serious situation taking place with doctors. And due to that, many doctors do not want to work within the public healthcare system. They don't. They go into private practice and they want to just stick in private practice. They do not want to be part of the public healthcare service because of the unnecessary stress that they are going through. You have people that ain't paid for how long? You have all of these things taking place. Yeah? And lack of the medication and so on to work with. So you're prescribing things as a doctor to people and you expect that, okay, they'll get, this is the pharmacy is supposed to have this and that and so on. These are basic things. And then the person for 2 and 3 days, sometimes they don't have it because a family member have to try and wait for somebody from Canada or wait for somebody from the US or wherever to send the money for them to then run down and try and purchase. Yeah? So those are the kind of things that many of them have been going through. Unfairly so. Yeah? So folks, that's all the time. That is all the time we have for talking points tonight. I do apologize, but I must run tonight. Yeah? I do apologize. But, of course, I will give you back your time. Nice. So, in everything you say and everything you do, do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Before you leave, remember to like and share tonight's program. Yeah, it's important that you like and share. And as my good friend that called last week, if you are unable to like and share, you don't know how to do it, get one of the young ones. Even them little ones in primary school, they know how to do it good too much. Like and share, they know how to do it. They'll do it for you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I am out of here.
It's called precautionary measures.
Before. Don't care if you're rich or poor. This saying you can't ignore. Prevention better than cure. So as I journey through my land, trying to live as best I can, when things getting out of hand, there must be a backup plan. So now I'm living daily by this phrase. With every situation that I face, it has been my comfort in many ways. These three little words, just in case. So I know you love your sweet man, but if violence you face, report him to the police, just in case. And if he start eyeing your daughter, looking to change she taste, take her all where you're going, just in case. But men like that, you can't save them, though your whole body you gave them, they'll forever remain a problem. So if you catch them with your daughter, don't bathe them with no water. Have some hot oil waiting, just in case. Oh, oh. Tilili la la lo la la lo lo lo. All these years we have been misled. All the wrong things we have been fed. Failing just to think ahead and keep these three words in we head. Just in case, walk like a dream, better than insurance scheme. You can start and stop at midstream, or take